now watching Compton Rick Rock TV. Let's get to the content.
Yo, what up, it's Compton Rick Rock with Compton Rick Rock TV, and we about to get to the content. But before we get to the content, like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Also hit that notification bell and catch every video when we drop them. Now, this is a video right here that we're going to do another reaction to. It's about BRICC Baby and Adam 22. A couple of weeks ago, well, probably about a week ago, we seen the video with BRICC Baby saying that people is on vacation and act like they don't know what's going on, meaning that, man, I'm up in here and I need some money. Man, I'm up in here, man. What happened with my last check? We did that video a couple of days ago. Well, now Adam 22 has responded, and in his response, he said, "Man, I basically lent you money when you was here. I loaned you a nice amount of money. I didn't know that they was up there loaning money out at No Jumper. What kind of show where these guys got to loan each other's money? Man, this is the biggest underground hip hop platform there is besides Vlad TV. I don't understand how these people is getting loan money. It kind of shocked me, threw me by surprise. So we're going to get straight to this content right here. It's titled Adam Explains Why He Hasn't Given BRICC Baby Money Since His Arrest. Let's get to it.
I put out a video about the BRICC Baby situation. There was some stuff that he said on stream, or not on stream, but on a jail call to his girl while I was away. I addressed it in the video. And I guess I'm bringing it to the table right now so we can kind of have a conversation about it. What was you guys' thoughts on this piece that I put out?
Well, my first thought was that I understood what you were saying when your confusion was like, damn, when I talk to you on the phone, where's this energy?
Right.
And then the next day you have to hear about it through third parties and publicly. I can understand your frustration there. And I think BRICC is probably just in a feeling kind of desperate, you know what I mean? Like his back's against the wall. The amount of money it costs to fight cases of this magnitude are fucking crazy. And, you know, he's got what, 5 kids? Like more? Four kids.
Okay.
He take care of more than that though. He has like a lot of people he take care of. So, you know, the financial thing is probably really stressful. I feel bad.
Yes, it's stressful when you have a certain amount of people that you're taking care of with your income. And if that's probably the reason why he's borrowing money, that he's borrowing money, because he's taking care of so many people. You know, when you got money, and this is one thing you better not do. You better not post no money up on social media, even trying to celebrate your success. People gonna ask for it just to ask for it, don't even need it, call themselves test you. Let me see if he gonna send me some money. Y'all know how family do and friends do. But yeah, this is probably why he borrowing money from Adam 22. But it's still, man, they shouldn't be borrowing no money. I don't get it with the views these people get.
That I can't do more for him. I already have, like, I put about $100 a month to the side for my partners in jail, for Lil C, for Norm, for Ronnie. It's not that much, you feel me? But it's what I can afford. So on my next paycheck, I'm gonna shoot BRICC another note. That's what I can do. I wish I could have more money for him.
For sure. And definitely, I think Friday we're gonna do a music stream / whatever stream, just talking and stuff, and we're gonna basically give that money to BRICC. And we're also plotting on some t-shirts, some free BRICC Baby t-shirts, so that we can raise some more money for him in that regard. I guess basically, like, I was trying to prompt a conversation with that video about the fact that you know, I feel like I'm in kind of a weird spot because of the fact that, you know, he got locked up. There was already a sizable debt. I had let him borrow a pretty significant amount of money from my perspective. And it's like, you know, I know that he looks at me as somebody who's got his life together and have done fairly well for myself over the years. But the truth is that No Jumper, in kind of a tricky spot. Obviously, we did the whole going broke narrative, had that whole conversation a couple of weeks ago and everything. But, you know, it's a weird spot to be in, because I wish that I could fully support him and that I could kind of make these problems go away. I wish I could just.
Yeah, it does look like the No Jumper building. For some reason, this room don't look the same. It's like a lot of stuff is missing off the walls, like as if they're about to move, or I know they said something about moving, but the room is starting to show it's empty. It's just these guys in here talking. You don't see none of the decoration. Even the energy in the building has been low. Maybe they are losing income. I don't know what's going on. A lot of people have complained about not coming up here after all the incidents that's been going on. A lot of gang tension that's up in here, man. So hopefully, man, they can figure this stuff out and figure out how can we make this a little bit more entertaining, get back to the hip hop. If they get back to the hip hop roots, then it might grow back where it used to be. But as far as the gang conversation and the gang talk, I think with all the stuff that's going on right now, I think people is definitely going to change the way that they even do this content or show up to these platforms to do content.
Cop the boy a lawyer, that would be amazing. But realistically, there's only so much that I could do. And it's like we went weeks where he didn't ask me for anything. So this is kind of like all just sort of like come about over the course of like the last week. I felt like he wasn't asking me because I had just let him borrow more money like right before he got locked up. So I know he probably like didn't really want to ask me for it, but it's like from my perspective, there's got to be a limit on how much I'm really expected to do for somebody who does podcasts on the channel, in particular because of the
I don't care what race you is. I don't care if what this man do on this show. I don't care about none of that. My thing is this: money management. It ain't about how much money you got. It's about how much money you save. So where is your money going on? Drugs? Is it going on partying? Is it going on clothes? And, you got all your family members you supporting and take care of. You have to save your money. You should not be on the show asking nobody for money. And then how much money is getting dished out on these contracts? I wonder how much money these guys are making, because the way that this show is running with the views that these guys do, there's no way that nobody should be over there broke. It seems like he's broke. Like I said, it could be the drug habit. It could be the party and the clothes. A lot of these dudes like to buy jewelry and all of the crazy stuff to look good, in public. But I don't understand. I still don't understand that part. What y'all think? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Why is he begging for money?
The fact, and I don't think I mentioned this in the video, but it's like BRICC's case doesn't have anything to do with me. It's like, it's not, he didn't catch the case because of anything he did on camera. Even the stuff that did happen on camera that makes his case a little bit worse, like the fact that they pointed out that he had a gun in his waistline on his last time on the podcast right before they arrested him. Like, I didn't know that. I never had a conversation with him about if he was bringing a strap to work or anything like that. But it's not like he got locked up defending me or defending the business or something. Maybe that situation would be a little bit different. This was purely stuff that realistically, like almost everything that he's in trouble for is stuff that happened even before he started working at No Jumper.
Do you think that if he didn't have the $8,000 or so debt to you previous to this incarceration?
You put the dollar amount out there?
I did. I put it in the video. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not, he said that he had.
I think man started just getting up to speed.
Okay, so in the original, when BRICC got locked up, I guess it was around the time he was first coming over here.
It was within like the first month or two that he was doing podcasts on the channel that he basically got the feds running up in his crib.
Yeah. So he got busted then, and Adam shot him 5 bands, and then I guess recently you shot him another few bands. So if he didn't already have that balance, would you think it would be a different situation?
Exactly. Yeah, for sure.
So BRICC been begging since day one. He been over there begging for money since day one. As soon as he got in the building, he need 5 G's. I need 5,000, man. Loan me 5 G's. Check this out, man. So now we getting a clear understanding of why we used to always wonder, why is BRICC baby allowing somebody to sex play him? There's a lot of sex playing going on. Well, he felt like he was in debt. He owed his man, and he owed this dude, you know what I'm saying? So he let me, you can say whatever you want to say. I ain't tripping. I know I can always come back and beg for some more money when it's going bad. But that's still, I don't know, man. I don't get it, man.
I would probably be like more forthcoming in terms of trying to make shit easier on them and everything like that. It's just like when somebody already has a pretty sizable debt to me, it's like I'm just not the kind of person who's just gonna act like $5,000 is not a lot. $5,000 to me is still a shitload, regardless of whatever I got going on.
It is.
Well, especially it's got to be kind of weird when you have this relationship. Is in order to have chemistry on a podcast, there has to be a level of friendship. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you have this employer-employee relationship. So it's like,
and forever, it's always unbelievably tricky when you have somebody who's working for you and then you start to become friends, because there's like a certain way that you would like to be able to act for your friends, and then there's a certain way that you consider it appropriate to act with somebody who works for me.
Ain't no friends in this game. Ain't no friends in this business. This entertainment business, that's where you go wrong at, thinking people your friends. Oh, these my buddies, these my pals. Ain't nobody your buddy, ain't nobody your pal, ain't nobody your friend, especially when there's money involved. Whenever there's money involved, man, you can't trust nobody on the internet at all. So them business relationships, you know, they tell you at work when you go to work, do your 8 and hit the gate. Nobody here and your friends, so just do your job and get on up out of here. That's how you got to take that. You got to take that attitude anywhere you go where you make your money at.
You know, and so that's kind of like a tricky balance. And I see a lot of people in the comments who clearly don't understand that is kind of a precarious balance, because, like, you know, people will be looking at it and be like, oh, to Adam, everything is just business. And it's like, well, this is someone who works for the brand. So it's like, yeah, it is kind of business. And at a certain point, it's like, I have to move accordingly, right?
I mean, I'll say this. I've been in so many dire financial situations since I started working here, and I've never once asked No Jumper, you, or anybody affiliated with No Jumper for money in any capacity. Just because, like, I feel like it will fuck up potentially the dynamics and the relationships over here if I did that. You know what I mean?
And especially when there's never even a discussion or any kind of like consideration about paying it back, which is obviously the case in this situation. Like, I don't mean to like rub it in or act like it's
So they know, like, oh, I got you on the first type shit.
Nah. And to be fair, I never brought it up. And if I had, then, you know, maybe he would have like.
Oh, so Brick, you was asking for money and wasn't paying it back? Man, that's what you don't do, man. If you do borrow some money from somebody, man, don't play with nobody, Brick. Give them their money back, man. Try to get it back to them as soon as possible to make you don't look like you were broke, like, you know what I'm saying? It's already embarrassing to ask somebody, hey, man, let me borrow some money, man, and then you not paying them back. That would have definitely been the problem with me. I would have just cut you off. You know, before I probably would have done something to you, but now I was like, you know what? It only cost me that to get you on up out of here. I might as well let you go right now, because if I don't, then it's going to be a problem with you sitting up in my face, knowing you owe me some paper and you ain't trying to pay me.
But when you owe somebody money, they ain't supposed to come looking for it. You're supposed to pay it back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But have you ever been broke and had a rich friend?
Never pretty much no to both of those. I never really had a rich friend, like, prior to all the No Jumper stuff. I never really had a friend who had more money than me that I was like real friends with, you know? Like, I always kind of was like the guy who had like a little bit of money, and then all my friends were broke.
I've been broke with rich friends.
Just to be totally real. Like, even the BMX days, I kind of always had more money than like pretty much everybody that I was hanging out with, even though at that time, like, me having money was like, oh, I had like 10 grand in the bank. You know, it wasn't like I was like killing it or anything.
I think Brick kind of looking like, I'm good as long as I got my boy, my friend that's up some M's. I'm gonna be forever straight, and that's probably his mom.
Man, I got a homie that's rich. I ain't gonna put his name out there. If you know, you know. I got a homie that's rich. I ain't never asked him for a dime. What I used to do is this how I used to talk to my rich homie. I used to call him up. Hey, bro, man, you got some work around there, man. You know, I don't want to ask for nothing. You know what I'm saying? I come over there and do some bodyguarding or something like that. Then he, some work. He like, yeah, man, you know what? Come on, man. You could roll with me, man. We get some work done. So I used to do my little bodyguarding work, make sure the homie was straight. Other than that, I would never fix my mouth to say, hey, just because I know he had it, hey, let me borrow this or borrow. I never done that at all.
Mindset, but you shouldn't be thinking like that. And then if you do, you should keep your credit clean, like, man, pay it back. You know what I'm saying? So then you can always
go back and
you can always double back because they know you good for it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but the other thing is, like, the reason why I never said like, yo, can you pay me back on this type of schedule or whatever, is because my assumption about how he would go get some money is not really like something that I wanted to like encourage him to do.
Might be a liability.
This is a guy who has been, you know, in the streets for a percentage of his life, pretty much the whole life.
No, let's just keep it 100. He's a guy that do numbers. He do content over there, and he fits the profile. And you know, you'll rather give him the money than him go out in the streets and do something crazy. Because that do sound like something that somebody will say, man, I ain't got nobody to go to. Nobody got it, man. I'm trying. If you let me borrow, then I'm good. If not, man, I'm gonna have to go out here and do what I do. And you ain't gonna take a chance of losing one of your best employees. So you like, man, here, man, just take that and stay out the way, man.
Life until recently, I guess. And, you know, I didn't want to like be like, yo, like, you got to go do this so that you could help me out. I just figured he would pay it back if he got the chance or whatever. So like, I don't know. I made that video today just to try to like explain that shit to the world. And then in particular, it just really kind of rubbed me the wrong way seeing him say things on a jail call that was so different than the tone that we were dealing with on camera or on the phone when it was just me and him. And then in addition, for Sharp to be making videos and making it like he's got inside information from talking to Brick, that really pissed me off. Because especially like if me and you are homies, Why is someone like Sharp, who is a bottom dwelling piece of dog shit, why is he coming out with exclusive information that, you know, yeah, part of me thinks like maybe Sharp was just saying.
Yeah, you got a point there. If we buddies, if we homies, if we partners and we do business with each other, man, that should just be between us, man. You could have called me and said that, or I could have had my wife call you and we could have discussed that. But putting it out there for the public to know what's going on in y'all business, I don't think that was cool. Especially, you know, this is your boss, your supervisor. He the one that gave you a job. He the one that helped you out and loaned you money, even though, you know, saying you asked him for money. He loaned you the money when nobody else loaned you no money. So I think that he do got a point right there. You should have kept that in house and not on the internet, man.
And that, but then part of me also is like Sharp swearing up and down in the video that he's like, I don't think, I know. You know, when he's making it 100% clear that he knows for a fact that this is how the situation is between me and BRICC, I got to take that a certain way. And if this is really your boy and he's saying that and it's not coming from you, then you should probably have something.
Leave your thoughts in the comment section. What y'all think about this video? Y'all can go on over there to No Jumper and check out the rest of this interview. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here, man. It's Compton Rick Rob with Compton Rick Rock TV. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, Compton Rick Rock TV. Also, hit that notification bell and catch every video when I drop it.